Nothing. This week on Unhitched or Dad Trying, we go to the island of Samoa.
Possibly.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Mm.
Hold on, let me try. This week on Unhitched or Dad Trying. I hate it how I say it like that. Trying. This week on Unhitched or Dad Trying, we go to the island of Samoa.
Maybe Hawaii.
Samoa.
Let's go with Samoa.
Okay.
See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows how far it goes.
Oh, abrupt ending there.
Well, we can only do 13 seconds.
Oh, that's true. That's a little, I don't know, a rule out there in the world.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get sued.
Me neither.
Lauren.
Cameron.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Since I did this podcast with you.
Since it has been a while. It's been what, like 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I think, yeah, it's been 2 weeks since we've done this podcast. It feels like longer. Actually, it's been 3 weeks since we recorded. That's the math.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe. Pull up your calendar. Lauren,
figure this out.
How the hell are you?
I am
I'm
alive.
Sorry. Okay.
That's how I am.
Mm-hmm. Making it.
I'm making it.
Clawing your way through the week. You're going to make it up that little bitty mountain. I was going to say small hill.
Small mountain,
but
big hill.
You're getting over some big mountains in your life right now.
I really am.
A lot of fun things happening in your life lately.
A lot of real crappy things too.
Oh. So mountains, absolutely. You got your highs, you got your lows.
Yeah. The valleys.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like this month has been incredibly difficult, and for personal reasons and professional reasons, and just like every reason you can think of, it's just been real crappy.
Meatball showers.
Meatball showers? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, spaghetti streets.
Are you,
fire.
are
Armageddon.
you having a stroke?
No,
What?
bad things. Like, yeah.
Meatball showers sounds delicious.
Well, it probably would be.
Spaghetti streets sounds like a dream I've had before.
I don't know. I'm obviously thinking Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
You went straight to the children's book.
Or the best movie of all time.
I watched that with you for the first time when we were in college.
Really? Was it my first time watching it?
No, you were raving about it.
It's such a good movie.
And you were like, and then the part where the kid falls in the ice cream. You're
yeah.
That's
Strawberry's my favorite. It's a great part of my favorite part of any movie. Hands down.
You told me like it's coming up, it's coming up. You made everyone like shush.
Yep.
Everyone shut up.
For anyone during the ice cream fight scene in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, one little part, barely noticeable. Little kid falls down and a patch of ice cream that is pink colored from an aerial shot. You can barely hear him, but they get him on mic when he simply says, "Strawberry's my favorite." And
I love how you said they got the animated character on mic.
Right. They actually, yeah, absolutely. Real animated AI actually did the voice, and no, that's not true. Lauren.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can get close to that mic.
I just hit it with my face. I forgot how to do this. I forgot how to podcast.
Oh.
Brr. But yeah, so life's been a real crap fest, and then also some good stuff. Improv's going so well.
Really?
I love it.
Why?
I'm understanding better why some improv scenes are better than others. I'm just learning.
That improv scene, they yesed and maybe'd. They didn't. They yes, but.
Yes, but. You can do that. No, here's the thing.
Explain the rules. Explain the game to us.
When I watch, okay, so you're allowed to say no as long as it goes with your character.
It moves the story forward, right?
Like, what if your character is an incredibly picky eater? You got to say no. That's part of your character.
Right.
So that's okay. It's not that you can't ever say no. It's just that you can't ever, like, negate your partner's
deny their
space.
reality.
Right. Like, you can't be like, we're here on the moon. And you can't be like, no, this is the beach. And be like, boo.
What if you're doing an improv scene and you're the character that's really bad at improv?
Then you just be like, a lot of level 1s.
They can't really pull. They can only pull from their own experience in the moment.
Exactly.
Very
Actually,
self-aware.
my class is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I've seen.
Who's your
some
favorite
other-
person in your class?
in my class?
Yeah, name them.
Oh, that's hard.
No, it's not. It's not. You're thinking of that
I've
person
got
right now?
2.
Okay. I'll take 2. We'll narrow it down to 1.
Mycia and Eli. Yeah.
Now, who is it? Is it Mycia or Eli?
I think I'm better in scenes with Mycia.
Mycia.
But Eli, when I'm watching off stage, Eli makes me laugh the hardest. You know what I mean?
Now, is he one of these like geeks that's like, I've done this the whole time? Like they've actually had previous experience doing this, or are they just like, oh, I'm really good at this?
I think. Well, he used to be. He was a theater major when he was in school. So he's in his 30s, I believe. So he was a theater major. So he has got like stage experience, but I don't think he has improv experience.
The two are very different.
Yes. Are you guys going to come to my my showcase?
If you invite us,
You're invited.
oh, cool. Yeah. Last 2 times you were just like,
The last 2 times I've never had a showcase.
Oh, wait, showcase? Oh, no, you did the jam. You were going to the
Yeah.
Def Jam improv sessions.
Jam. Well, that's because the first time I went, I just randomly went. The second time I was on a date, so I wasn't going to invite you guys on my date.
Oh,
That'd be weird.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. That'd be
Who
weird.
who's your date with? You don't have to answer that, but why don't you improv your way out of this question?
Well, his name starts with an N,
Oh,
and it ends with a Anya business.
Nice Santa onion business. I don't know.
What was the first?
He's from Sweden. Nice Santa. Yeah, I said it exactly the same at the first time and the second time I said it. Go back and rewind it.
Neither way is a word or a name.
Look, names can be words, but words can't be names. What?
Names can be words, but words can't be names. Sure. I know. I went to school with a guy named August.
Mm-hmm.
It's a word.
No, I deny that reality. That's
See, you'd be terrible. I don't feel supported in this scene.
if I did improv, half the time would it just be like, nope, hands in the air, walking off stage. We're farming. Forget this. I'm done.
I'm tired.
You're not farming. What if I was that one person that showed up to improv that was just like, everyone's crazy? Like,
You'd be very frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So, Cameron, enough about me. How are you?
Let's talk about me.
Yes, finally.
Oh, my goodness.
How
Lauren.
are you? How is
People.
Amy? How is Ellie?
Well, are we going to start with me? Or?
Yeah, I said that first.
Okay, let's start with me, and then
Yeah.
if we have time, we could get on to Amy, and then maybe Ellie.
Okay.
Probably not much going on with them. But me, oh my gosh, so much. Well, I've been busy at work. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, and.
Yes, and. Give me
and
more.
I've been, I was not prepared for the question. So work's been busy, and that's always fun to talk about. Lots of events, a lot of fun stuff out of the events. This week I went to I was asked to be on a school campus improvement committee.
Ooh.
Such an honor, right?
What school?
I can't say.
Oh, is it like a elementary
It's a
school
secret
or a
society
high school?
campus improvement.
Wow.
We're called the Skulls. Oh.
Oh,
Darn
shoot.
Shit.
Oh no.
Dang it! I have to. Well, I'm not. We're not going to edit this podcast. We're recording. Let's pull that curtain over.
Yes.
Peek beside. Let's look inside. Look, it's Wednesday. We're releasing this on Thursday. I'm not going to edit this one. So
I mean, everyone knows I'm not going to edit this one.
you just there's only 14 seconds to the podcast, which apologies to our listeners of the Citizen Kane episode. Apparently something happened and it just didn't upload into like a Word document or something. I checked. Yeah. Something weird. I got on iTunes, and it was like a PDF or something, which I didn't know you could save an audio file as a PDF. But
I bet that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But it was fine when I listened to it.
yeah, well, that's because I fixed it.
Oh, thank you, Cameron.
You're welcome.
Yay for Cameron.
So I've been busy. I've been busy with the podcast, waiting for you.
Waiting for me.
A lot of Sarah McLachlan. I will. No, she doesn't say I will remember you.
Yeah, she does.
She does. Wow. I got that right.
Remember you.
So I'm on the school committee improvement committee. I don't know what it is, but I'm a part of it, and I'm important. And I don't have a kid that's in this elementary school, nor do we even live in the same city as this elementary school. But they need my help. I don't know. My favorite thing over the past 2 weeks has been I put on health fairs for a living. I guess you could say that's part of my job. Mm-hmm. You want a health fair? I show up. I help you develop it. I help you find the right vendors. I help you have a good impact with your health fair. So I'm also doing a health fair for this school, and they asked me to be on this committee. My favorite thing was the way in which they helped promote the health fair. So like when you typically do a health fair, it's like flyers, social media post, put it on Twitter, send the kids home with a note. This school gets so many points for being so genius. Because they know they're students, and it's like an early education school. So like you really can't, like, even if you were to stuff a letter into a kid's backpack,
what are the odds it would make it home?
Right. And they ended up making big stickers and slapping them on the kids and sending them home. So that's how they advertised. And
how big were these stickers? Like, are we talking like human head size, like slapped on their shirts?
Like big heads, like the kind you put on the wall of your NFL players.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it just covered the whole kid.
The whole child. What, Tony Romo? You're so small.
Tony Romo is talking about a health fair?
I did that for you.
Thank you.
You like it.
I love it.
You like football.
I do like football, and I love Tony.
Yeah, so
that is clever.
That was my favorite part of the past 2 weeks. We had birthdays. We celebrated my wife's birthday.
Yes.
And to add a little bit of clarity here, I really got close to the mic on that. I listen to other podcasts. I'm well informed. I listen to the NPR podcast.
Good for you.
I listen to the hip comedy scene podcasts such as Comedy Bang Bang and Stop Podcasting Yourself. And my wife pointed out something that I guess I've just never really noticed. Apparently, when I say my wife, I don't think people know that I hate that I have to explain this.
Borat?
Yeah, it's from Borat. I don't like Borat. I get it from the podcast. I hate that I have to explain this. I've had people ask me, "Do you really like Borat?" This is the worst thing in the world. I never thought I would have to come to a place. Like, I'm not going to do a social media post about it, but some people that listen to this podcast have called me out, like, do you actually like Borat?
But wait, so...
I do. It's a fine movie.
Don't you deny.
It's got its funny parts, sure.
Of course.
But guys, just let it go.
But wait, so you are claiming that you say my wife because of the podcast.
My wife.
My wife.
Oh, yes. This is going to be great.
Because of the podcast, but then where do they get it?
The movie.
So it's a derivative of Borat.
It's a derivative of the perpetuation of the stupidest reference from that movie about 10 years ago.
The stupidest reference that has made the biggest impact in your life.
I mean, my wife.
My
wife.
In my life.
So I guess there's this, I don't know what it is. It comes in waves. It's funny. Well, for me, it's like every 3 years, my wife becomes funny, and then it dies, and then becomes funny again. But
it's a bad sentence that you just said.
I punctuated it properly in my head. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's like a semicolon.
With quotations.
And asterisk.
Cool.
So that's me. And then I'll be honest, I was bummed. we didn't record last week. We didn't even say anything. You've been crazy busy. Me be crazy busy. Me work long time, hard time.
Me work all hours.
And life, right?
Life, like I said, is just really kicking my butt.
I know you suck at that game.
I do suck at the game of life.
You can't even
in 2 ways.
You can't even get the pink person, the little blue person in the car. You can't
blue,
even spin the wheel.
The blue person never wants to get in the car with the pink person.
No.
Never.
Always going for a solo ride.
Yeah, I'm always like, I'm okay.
Why do I have this minivan with 6 places and it's just me?
If it was real life, it'd be like the hoarder car who like it's just full of newspapers, and I'm like, this is my family now.
You're like this crazy lady that got a job for 2 days where she was delivering newspapers and then drove off into the distance to
keep all the newspapers.
Keep all the news.
Remember? Never mind.
Remember what?
No, I don't want to talk about
Oh, that's okay. Lauren.
Yes.
I already asked you how's it going, but
Yeah.
do you want to explain yourself? I feel like you said in text, and we talked about this off air. No, we didn't even talk about this off air. Y'all are getting an exclusive between Lauren and I.
Yeah.
We're living it out in front of you.
We are.
For you, all 7 of you. Big things are happening here. We have something very exciting to announce. Lauren's going to let y'all know right now.
Yeah.
Spill it.
It's not exciting for some.
I would say for a majority, it's probably exciting.
Maybe. Well, leave them wanting a little more, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We are going, instead of a podcast a week, we are going to a podcast every other week.
Right.
That's what we're doing. At least for the time
quality
being.
over quantity.
That's right.
And with the occasional bonus episode when we can
Sure.
get it in.
You never know when we can get it in.
It's too late. Well, we're not editing. That's the rule. Just for this one. I promise we'll edit future podcasts. Sorry to all the parents that are, all 6 of y'all are in the car. You'll pop in a tape of what's our podcast?
Unhitched Your Dad
Unhitched
Trying.
Your Dad
A
Trying.
good cassette.
Did I even welcome people to Unhitched Your Dad Trying?
You did.
Okay, good. Double welcome.
Double welcome. I just imagined a car full of 6 tiny life pegs when
Life
you said
pegs.
a car full of 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. We're going to 2 episodes a month,
Or
more if we can.
2.5. Mm-hmm. But that's fine. Like I said, we'll have a little more time, and yeah.
I like what you said: quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm. I just came up with that.
You know what? You should copyright that, trademark that
done.
sentence.
Copying. Right. Done. Did. So
it's true though.
yeah,
I think that's what we need.
We
as an I for sure.
more you.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably 70% Lauren, 30% me.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So anyway, I want to apologize to everyone. We're now in the month of March. Mm-hmm. We didn't give you the end of the promised I Love Movies month, which we might get to. Well, we are getting to. We're finishing it up. February is now, we're stretching it out. And by the way, stupid February. 28 freaking days. Why not take one of these stinking months with 31 days, drop one, give it to February?
I agree. I don't
it's
understand.
Like freaking America here, and I want to be Russia. I'm like, come on, November, give one of your days to February. Come on, socialism.
Socialism.
Socialize. Come on, November, start talking to February. It's so lonely and poor of days.
No, I agree. I get mad when I pay the same amount of rent for the month of February as I do for the other months.
That has been ever present on my mind this month.
Yeah.
What if you were just stick it to the man? What do they need? Like, well, It doesn't matter. Don't do that. You're going to get kicked out.
But all that they would do is they wouldn't lessen your rent. They would just redistribute the amount of money so each day was more money.
Right.
Don't
you work for the same apartment?
Yes.
Part-time? I
do.
You notice that your paycheck is also slightly shorter for the month of February.
Yes. And they go, sorry, we took some money from November and put it in your February.
I have a dumb question.
Okay.
Let me look at my knuckles here.
That's how I do it too.
I don't know how it works, but November, does it have 31 days in it? I don't think it does.
No, it has 30.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, still 28. Come on, you're blessed.
I know.
November's blessed.
November's blessed. Feb's lean.
So
anyway,
we are off the monorails here. Let's get back on them. Mm-hmm. I love Movies Month. Mm-hmm. We just watched the Oscars. We could talk about that after our reactions to the Oscars.
I didn't watch a single minute.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll talk to y'all. We'll do a monologue later on my reactions to the Oscars. So, yeah, I'll surprise y'all with that somewhere random in the podcast. I'm sure I'll talk about it. But we saw Moana this week. Not together.
No.
You saw it like a month ago.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
And you pressured me into watching it. We were going to... I found it. I was able to find it. So it worked out.
I want to hear... Yeah.
So shall we jump into Topic Thunder?
Please.
Boom, 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 Topic Thunder. What?
Cameron?
Yeah?
I want to know what you thought of Moana.
Well, should I give you a synopsis of it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so let me just go back. I'm a family man. Life is busy. Moana came out when did Moana come out? Like November?
Yeah.
So it's been out in theaters for a little while. Like we have an Apple TV and I was checking the movies app and it just showed up there.
I saw.
But it's that annoying thing where it's like it shows up and it's like now available and it's Moana, but it's like you can only buy it. And yeah, so but don't worry, it's on Netflix now, which is crazy to me.
Not.
Yeah. It's on Netflix now. Go check it out.
If you're lying to me,
I swear I am not lying to you. So, what?
I really want you to be honest.
We will take a quick break. We're going to pause the episode, or not, or you can look this up. So, we watched it. Amy and I sat down. We kind of had to watch it in installments. So we watched it, and it was really good.
Are you kidding me?
What do you mean?
Are you kidding me right now?
What are you talking about?
Such a turd.
No, Lauren, it was so good.
This is not
I did not
Moana.
know it was black and white.
Oh my
I didn't know it took place. Little did I know that Lin-Manuel Miranda did a documentary.
You didn't even watch
about
Moana.
a gentleman by the name of Moana on the island of Samoa.
I'm so mad right now.
I bet you are.
I can't even. My face is so hot.
Lauren, it was so good. Can I tell you about it?
I don't want to know about
Lauren, it was so good.
Nope.
Okay, so do we need to take a little break?
I might have to have a temper tantrum.
Oh, man, your week just gets crappier and crappier.
This is the real worst, Cameron.
But you saw it. Did you like it? Was it like Hamilton? Was it that good?
I've never seen Hamilton.
Didn't you just go to New York? We didn't even talk about the fact that you went to New York last week.
I did.
You didn't even go see Hamilton?
Yeah, for $300 a ticket.
I think that's worth it.
No.
It's a play of the... What? Are they into their second...
I'm so mad at you right now. It's hard for me to concentrate.
You're smiling and laughing at me, so it's perfectly fine.
It's crazy anger.
So do you want my take on Moana or not?
Not your Moana. Okay, listener. Cameron watched a documentary on the film pioneer... or a Samoa. Basically, he watched a documentary on Samoa in the 1920s. This is not what we were
About Moana. The title of the film is what? What's the title of the film?
Moana with sound.
Yes, that's true. And that's how you want to watch it. Lauren, so apparently there's this whole version of this movie, and it took them years, decades, to even come back and add sound. They did a documentary, did not have a mic to pick up the sound, so you have this documentary that has been re-released. Critics love it. Critics love Moana. It's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So, I mean, I saw some legit content here, and you're already dissing me about it. I thought... Look, it's harder to watch. Look, it was interesting. It was actually interesting.
I'm glad.
There's a little bit of nudity in it, but it's one of them documentaries.
It's like a Samoan tribes people nudity.
Yeah, it's passive.
National Geographic nudity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But Moana, hey, there's this sweet little boy in it that's just, he's like helping his dad pick coconuts. And they pick leaves, and they take the leaves back to the village.
There's a song about this in the movie Moana that I was hoping to talk about.
Well, they actually sing about it in this version. Do you want me to talk about it?
No.
I didn't know what they were talking about. But we legit watched it. We watched 30 minutes of it.
I'm so upset.
Lauren.
You know that if you would have bought the movie, it would have been less than going to see a movie buying 2 tickets.
I would have gone and seen it by myself. Look, when you're married and you have a kid, you got to make compromises here and there. Like, if Amy wants to go see a movie by herself to get a break from Ellie, man, she can just go for it. Same thing for me, although I'm not around Ellie 24/7 like she is. So, I mean,
she
$20, 20 bucks plus, blah, 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 blah. No. $20 plus tax. What is that? Like 21 something?
Sure, 22.
Sure. More than 23. Let's just say it's 23. Let's round up and say it's like 30.
Okay.
And so that's expensive, It
is.
And you don't even get the movie experience. Look.
Well, I'm hearing you. You still told me that you watched it.
Yes, and
so
I did not lie.
You saw how excited I was to talk about Moana, didn't you?
I know.
I was bouncing.
This is why you don't whittle down our podcast to 2 weeks.
This is your passive-aggressive punishment. No. I'm going to do everything but wrong.
Look, when you're married and... Come on.
No, yes.
We got an entertainment budget. We have... Look, we use Mint. That entertainment budget was creeping up there. I can't go over on the entertainment budget, Lauren.
I feel you. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But you led me to believe.
You said you're okay with it.
No. Anyway.
You're an advocate for under-budget spending, but you're not an advocate for me being informed about Samoan culture in the 50s?
No, but then now we can't bond about Samoan culture in the 50s. Because I only know Samoan culture. Well, I don't even know it's Samoan. Island culture in the Disney masterpiece Moana, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
and that lady
and the lovely 16-year-old Hawaiian singer who has the voice of an angel.
What's her name?
I don't know how to say it.
So Dwayne Johnson.
He was great. And you know who else sang in that movie?
Bill Hader.
Flight of the Conchords star
Jermaine Clements.
Yes.
Yeah.
He sang Shiny.
Now look, I know all about this movie. Mm-hmm. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I know his name even. I can spell it out for you. Do you want me to?
No. Did you hear him rap before the song on the Oscars?
No. Oh,
it was great.
So you did watch the Oscars.
I just watched that clip.
Wow.
Today. Literally the only thing I cared about was watching her sing that song.
Wow. So this podcast is really going to be you talking about something that you've seen and me talking about something that I've seen. This is going to go
What did you think
great.
it was going to be?
Hey, let's yes and each other on this one
All
and
right.
make it work.
Okay, I still want to talk about Moana though.
Absolutely, you can eat your heart out. Just I do want to know about it because I mean we're poor. Come on, we want to hear all about it.
I know.
Describe it. Okay,
so
setting. What's setting?
Beautiful island.
What's the
In
island?
the Pacific. It doesn't have it has a name, but I don't remember it.
Oh, like Hawaii?
No, it doesn't. It's not a name. It's like a made up name. It's
like
not
Punapopo.
Right.
That's probably racist. I shouldn't do that.
Sounds okay. It's
Wow, that's a slippery slope right there. That sounds okay. Okay.
I think it's a good guess. But basically, I don't want to go into the plot too much. Let's just say this girl is born feeling the urge to go out into the world and explore the sea.
Right.
But her dad wants her to stay on the island. Her dad's the chief.
Right.
Because he says it's dangerous out there. Mm-hmm. But her just like everything inside of her calls to go.
Right.
And so I can very much relate to this girl. I've never related more to a cartoon character.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so who's keeping you here?
Who's keeping me here?
Yeah.
It's not a who so much as a what.
Oh, what's keeping you here? So the antagonist in this story is what?
The antagonist
in your
my story?
Right.
Oh, probably money.
Money?
Yeah. I'm saving money right now.
Ah.
So I'm
How much money do you make?
Oh, lots and lots and lots.
I mean, probably.
I'm so rich.
We'll get back to you on that, listener.
Let's just say this hoodie is Gap.
Dang.
Right?
That ain't even Old Navy?
From the outlet mall.
Still, I mean, it goes what? It goes Old Navy? No, Old Navy outlet, Old Navy,
there is
Gap outlet.
There's no Old Navy outlet.
I guess Old Navy is
Old
the
Navy is,
outlet.
yeah. Keep going.
So
I'm
you
sorry.
got this at Old Navy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. That's fine. I mean, it looks nice. It's great.
Thanks.
You know, you're also wearing a pie shirt today, which I'm a fan of.
That says pie on it.
Oh, I didn't even realize this. It says Blue Bonnet Cafe. That that's where my family lives in Marble Falls.
In the cafe.
True. This is all true. This isn't a lie. Anyway, moving on. So it takes place on Ponapova.
Sure.
Mofria Shanapova, the island. And Moana is your star. She's a princess?
She's not necessarily. I guess she kind of is. Her dad's the chief, but it's not like that.
So he's like
she
the
would be
king,
next
right?
in line. Yeah, she would be next in line to be chief.
I think that's a princess.
So, kind of. She's kind of a Disney. She is a Disney princess.
So are you a princess in this? Do you see how I got you
In
there?
my mind, yes. But you see, the reason why. So she has this like inner desire that she can't explain, and she tries to like squash it. Just like I think, I do. You know, you feel this like societal call to do something,
right?
Wherever, like in America, you go to school, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, you save your money, then you retire.
Not check.
And boom, that's the American dream.
Oh yeah.
Well, don't forget you buy a house somewhere in there,
right?
And it's just and I know this is such a millennial thing to say, but it's just not. It's not what I want, and I want pieces of that. And but anyway, so I feel like I really related to her because she felt this like pull between like what she felt like she should do and what she knew she was meant to do.
Right. Get a real estate license, right?
Right.
Sure.
Exactly. She's gonna sell islands, but
yes, and
she so anyway, I felt like it was just really easy to relate to her. She just wanted. She's just so. Like, you could just, like, see the desire in her for more, but felt guilty about the more because it went against what she was supposed to do.
Oh, I get this. This reminds me of a classic Disney movie where a young man, you could call him a young girl, has a sense for adventure. Once he starts singing, you might actually say that. It's a prepubescent gentleman. He works at a cafe. He's cleaning dishes. He's friends with a rat and a whatever. And there's got to be something better out there. I'm speaking, of course, of the classic Disney film Muppet Treasure Island, which which you said something here. I don't want to skip over it. Is that classic thing in every Disney movie is that sense of desire to be something more, not to acquire more, but to fulfill one's purpose.
Be more. But Muppets isn't Disney.
That time it was
Really?
yeah, absolutely. So in the 90s with there was an acquisition of Jim Henson Productions, whatever. Muppet Treasure Island, best Disney movie of all time. Anyway,
second to Moana.
that's fine. Because wait, Moana wasn't Disney. It was like some weird production company in the 50s. I don't even know what it was.
Oh yeah, your Moana.
Yeah. She'll always be my Moana. Then,
but yeah,
really
you're
wish
right.
we could edit this episode.
You can edit that right out.
I won't. No, it's fine. Keep going. So, look, I get that sense of wanting more, but hasn't that been a little overdone in Disney movies?
I don't think so, because I think it's been a little superficial in other Disney movies.
But this time it feels real?
This time, well, the thing I loved about it is, first of all, going against normal Disney, both parents were alive for her.
Good.
Also, there was
That's a
no
plus.
love interest for this girl who, at that age, probably shouldn't have a love interest.
Zero conflict in her life.
Oh, no, there's conflict. She
Oh.
has a mission to accomplish. That's what I liked about her. She had a mission. And
Did she choose to accept it?
She chose to accept it.
Yeah. Okay.
And she was going to do it. But like in doing so, she found out who she was, which in my mind is one of the best like Disney messages I've seen, because it wasn't about actually accomplishing this mission. It was about like finding out who she was.
Right.
So it was about like becoming okay with the fact that she was different, and also allowing herself to want more, when instead of just like shutting that part of her down, because she tries to. And that's what I love too, is there's a part in that song, the one that was at the Oscars, How Far I'll Go, and she's like, I can play along, I can lead with pride, like I can do this role, kind of like I can do it. But she knows that she's still meant for something else,
Right.
So it's just, I think I like it because it was a combination of respecting who you are and where you're from, but also knowing you need to know who you are, and then also like compromise. The end is really cool, and beautiful. It's just such a beautiful movie.
I can almost swear it sounds like you're talking about La La Land. I mean, come on, does it not? Are there not a lot of parallels there? If you look at,
kind of, yeah.
I mean,
except for the love thing, because there's a lot of love.
oh,
in La
there
La Land.
is. That was support. I mean, love was kind of a background for.
I think you're right.
The story in La La Land.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. Don't get me wrong. I didn't mean to. I was grilling you there. I was putting you on the barb EQ, and I wanted to, that's a message that I do love from Disney movies. Those are the kind of messages that I'm totes fine letting, I'll totally sit Ellie down in front of, for 2 hours of TV and just let her soak that in. That's fine. I'm fine with that as a dad. I don't know. I'm trying to think, but I feel like there are a lot of Disney movies lately that's really been this realness, this trueness to oneself, mixed with this knowing that like a trueness to oneself / knowing that you have something to give to society, mixed in with this kind of element of self
Realization
/ actualization, like fulfilling like a calling that you really have. So I don't know. I like that. There are a lot of good themes that you can draw from that. I look, as soon as in 2 weeks, I've checked it, March 7th, listener, which comes up in 6 days for you.
Yeah.
You can totes rent
Moana.
It ain't behind that big old paywall that you rich folk can go see.
I saw it in theaters with a gift card.
What?
So another thing that I really liked about this movie is I feel like lately Disney movies are all about getting big name actors to star as the voices of them.
Right. I
And-
feel like that's always been the case, though.
But it hasn't been. Like, back in the day, like up until
Eddie Murphy as the dragon from Mulan.
But that was in the late 90s. I mean, we're talking, there's tons of movies all before where no stars were in it. But even then, that was only Eddie Murphy, right? And then you look at Frozen and you've got Kristen Bell. Is that her name?
Yes.
Kristen Bell. And then the Idina Menzel, the Broadway. Is that her name? I don't know her name.
Yes.
Idina. You've got these big name people.
And
then this movie, you've got a 15-year-old Hawaiian girl who's the star. And I just loved it because it's like she was playing a character who was the same age as her. And like, it just, I think that's why it was so good. It's because it wasn't a 36-year-old actress trying to sound like a 15-year-old. It was real.
Right. Disney's been very smart about this. This has been one of their moves lately in you look at the movies that they put out lately, including Star Wars, like big name actors are kind of out. Like they can be very confident that the leads of the movies they put out the content itself is good enough to be popular. And so they really like Disney won't get your like Kevin Hart's and Will Ferrell just like star in their movies. They just don't need it. Through the vetting process of like what screenplays they pick up and those that they don't. I mean, by the time they finally select one out of thousands of screenplays, they know they have legit content and that it's just going to work.
Yeah.
On whatever level. I mean, this probably excludes Pixar movies, because they usually have to include
Ellen DeGeneres.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Exclusively.
For every role. That was weird when she played Tow Mater. I was surprised she pulled that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I kind of love the way... Sorry, I'm interrupting
No,
you.
that's okay. I was just doing that sound you love.
I hate that. I love the way Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
full name.
I love that his part has kind of been forgotten in this movie a little bit.
What?
To me, at least. I mean...
Like his WWE career.
No, yeah, just like that.
F career, sorry.
Calm down.
F his career.
No, I feel like he's become kind of the afterthought of the movie, which is... I love that this little girl, she's not a little girl, she's a teenager, who was discovered. I heard she was discovered at a mall talent show.
Really?
That's how they found her.
Oh, that sounds sad.
Yeah, she was still
so they
doing
rescued
her.
her.
But she's the one that sang at the Oscars. She's the one singing on Ellen. She's the one that really shined in this movie. And The Rock was just like kind of a fun addition.
Yeah.
It wasn't like all about him. I don't know. I really loved that.
So I honestly thought Rock was Moana. I thought, because in Moana, the real movie, the original, Moana's a dude. Moana's totally a dude.
Oh,
yeah.
I can see why you'd think that. But The Rock was Maui, the demigod.
Oh, Maui.
Maui, the demigod.
Maui.
A Mauage is what brings us. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. We're two different planes.
Yeah.
And different hemispheres. Lauren.
Yes.
What's your favorite part of that movie? In all seriousness, I really do want to know. Like, what?
It's really hard.
I try, for once, let's not spoil a movie.
Okay, I won't spoil this. I won't spoil
and I won't spoil Moana for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
There's one part where, just like in most movies, there's the conflict. Is this going to really happen? And is she going to accomplish her goal? And there's this part, and she's just so sad. And then suddenly, she gets this it's when she finds out who she is. It's the realization hits her of who she is, and there's this part where she just kind of just stands up and screams, "I am Moana," but it's during a song. And normally when things do that, it makes me roll my eyes and be like, "Oh, brother!" Right. But when she did it, it felt so real, and I was just like, it's so... I'm getting goosebumps.
Right.
About
so it's the resolution of actually is in the song rather than a detour. I've noticed this lately with the musicals. So we've, Disney's the number one, output for musicals lately. But you'll notice something that's different now from musicals than, back in the past. Musicals were like a detour from the story, whereas like musicals now, you like legit drive the plot forward with these things. You stop in song, and your song actually propels you, like really kind of leaps you forward. That kind of sounds like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and because it's so much more emotional. It's like you could have this in a conversation, but it wouldn't touch you like it does in a song. Mm-hmm. Don't do that, you perv.
What are you talking about?
I said touch you, and you got like real weird.
I was yawning. I was about to yawn. I suppressed a yawn. You're reading into crazy stuff.
You're right. I'm sorry.
So, that's good. I still feel like I know nothing about this Moana 2.
I don't want you to have it ruined for you. I think the other thing that's so great about it is just the colors and how beautiful it is. It's so beautiful, and it makes you want to go to Hawaii immediately.
Or Samoa.
Or
Panawana.
But tell me about how beautiful the colors were in your black and white movie.
Well, not to, I don't want to exclude anyone out there. One out of every 1,000 people, as we know, are colorblind. So if Lauren wants to ostracize people in that way, that's fine. I'm not going to do that. So I'm not even going to answer your question.
But that doesn't mean they see in black and white. That just means they can't tell certain colors apart.
Hey, look, no, that's not exactly true.
Colorblind listeners, will you please write into us in detail what it's like to be colorblind?
Actually, one of our listeners actually is colorblind, so
please write in.
Please.
I want to know.
But they can't see the color green, so it doesn't matter. But the colors are sufficient in Moana, the original.
In your Moana?
In my Moana.
Male Moana.
Male Moana. And, so this is actually interesting. Fun tidbit. I won't talk about Moana because actually it was actually really boring. We only got into 25 minutes of it, but we looked at it at Wikipedia why this is an interesting documentary. Turns out when this the guy that produced it and filmed it, directed it, did everything, when he went to the island to meet these Samoans, he apparently forced them to do things that they wouldn't normally do. He had them making dresses out of leaves that they wouldn't normally make, and he had them go fishing and dive into the water and catch fish, which they wouldn't normally do it that way. He made them seem way more primitive than the culture actually was at the time. So it's really funny.
Inaccurate documentary.
It was. You probably couldn't even call it a documentary. So I thought that was really funny.
Wow.
So I still think check out a YouTube clip of this movie.
I might actually watch it.
It is a little interesting.
I'm fascinated by those island, those Pacific island nations.
Yeah, I mean, Hawaii is much more interesting. They got TV and everything there, so.
I'm pretty sure they have TV in Samoa now too.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen the documentary on Samoa, so there's no way of telling. It was.
They actually renamed the island Caramel Delights.
Sponsored by Caramel Delights, kind of like Crush Soda in that. What is it, Joe and Volcano?
No, that joke I need to explain.
Please explain jokes. They're way funnier that way.
That's what they renamed the Girl Scout cookie. Samoa's Caramel Delights.
Oh, Lauren. Yes-anding. I don't know if that was yes-anding, but that was a good joke there.
Thank you. And I just totally cut yours off. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what
to
it's
explain. I was worried that sounded racist.
No, you're fine. You're always fine. We're always fine. We never say anything racist there. Oh, jeez.
Caramel Delights are my favorite Girl Scout cookie.
They are my third favorite. So remember those peanut butter ones that had that little...
Tagalongs?
Yeah, I don't know.
Were they tagalongs?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
But they were the peanut butter ones where you twist them off like an Oreo and it had that little nipple on it that if you twisted it off, it still had the peanut butter nipple on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I can't look at you.
Those are my favorite. I'm not acting out what a nipple is.
No, but you were acting out how to
twist I mean, it's a cookie twister, not a titty twister. Look here, Lauren. Those are the best. I don't know why they aren't around anymore. Now they have pretty much a Reese's in disguise cookie.
Ugh.
It's still fine. Still my number one, but
I was a Girl Scout once, but I
Sure.
didn't stick around long enough to
No
sell
kidding.
cookies. It was like I was in it for like 6 months. Wasn't my thing.
At least you tried it. Add it to the resume.
I didn't like being told what to do. Even back then, I was a butthead. So
You were just a millennial and you didn't know it.
yeah, I was like, I don't care about patches. I have to sell cookies.
Oh, wait, do they really force people to sell cookies?
I mean,
Sounds like a pyramid
you
scheme
have to at least
me.
try to sell cookies. It is. If you sell 10 cookies, you get, a patch.
Oh,
I mean, boxes.
I thought you were going to say like a pat. Like,
if you sell 10 boxes, then you get to become an associate. And then once you get someone working under you, and then they sell 17 boxes.
and they get 17 people to sell 17 boxes?
And then boom, you get your patch.
Oh, no. Oh, that's so lame.
So sad.
Oh, no. So I'm an Eagle Scout. Yeah.
Good
Applause for
job.
applause. Thank you. That's not here. Let me turn up the volume. That's good. Thank you. We sold popcorn, and I hated it. I hated the fact that we had to sell popcorn, whereas y'all got to go out and sell Girl Scout cookies. It felt so unfair, but it was kind of the same thing. We didn't have to sell it, but the rewards were so enticing. Like even regionally, they would like dangle Astros tickets in front of us so we could try to sell enough popcorn to go to an Astros game, which as a boy is just like, I have to
dream.
go.
Yeah.
There's only one opportunity in my life to go to an Astros game, and it's now.
But I can only do it if I sell 20,000 popcorn.
Right. It was insane, but we had to sell like tens, like big old tens, and like that would last you like 3 years. And so like you come around the next year, you do like the same people. Like, I'm still working off the cheddar and caramel and plain mixed bucket you gave me 3 years ago, and it was hard.
Tough times for a Boy Scout.
And then I even remember the sheet on which I had to write because I had it with me always. I was always asking, and I can even remember 1 year I only sold 10, and it was like the most depressing thing in the world because I'd actually try.
You were a popcorn peddler.
I was a popcorn peddler. Amy's first job was a popcorn peddler.
Really?
Yep. She worked
Was
at
she
a
a Boy
gourmet, which you could do these days. So she worked at a gourmet popcorn store in a mall.
Really?
Yeah. Fun fact.
Oh.
It's just when she retells it, we can have Amy's popcorn corner.
What?
Corner. I was trying to make it sound fun, and it sounded gross.
Sounded wrong.
It did. But she did that, and it just sounded absolutely horrifying. So,
Oh,
anyway.
man, I love popcorn.
So,
Back to Moana
let's rate this
thing. Okay. Well, I rate Moana.
Moana.
I rate it a 10 for sure.
No kidding.
10.
As a single person?
Especially as a single person.
Ah.
I saw it with my roommate after work. One day I got off early, thank goodness, and I called my roommate and I said, Cece, meet me at the movies.
CC me on this email, and we'll go to them. Sorry. Every time I hear CC, sorry.
Think carbon copy. Carbon copy, meet me at the movies. I'm buying you a ticket. We're seeing Moana. And she was like, okay.
Yes,
How can you
Lauren.
resist that? I have to pay my friends to see movies with me.
I really wish I was in that position. I wish I had a friend.
La La Land?
Yeah, but you didn't pay us.
I mean, I paid for the ticket.
But you didn't pay for us. I would have paid for it.
No,
I don't need your pity.
I was offering. I offered. I'm telling you.
I do appreciate it because
People-
it's my favorite movie that came out last year.
Okay, good.
It's wearing off. It's wearing off, Lauren. I hate things influence me too much.
What
Well,
about-
it's still good.
Okay. Is Moana starting to creep up there for you?
Maybe
The documentary?
maybe. No, what's really I still think Rogue One and La La Land, which just it's apples and oranges, apples
Yeah.
and a slash tire podcast related item. Like they're completely different, but still like two of my favorite movies over like the past 5 years. I really, really like them.
I liked Moana better than La La Land.
Well, I mean, your rating definitely says that. You rated what, an 8? Mm-hmm. My Moana
The black and white fake documentary.
Yeah, I give it a 2. It was so bad. It was so bad, Lauren. You could not. It was hard for me. The beginning of the movie is like, just watch, listener, go watch it on Netflix. Watch the first 5 minutes, because the 5 minutes doesn't do like one of those classic, intro credit rolls. It just does 5 minutes of telling you like what's going on with the island, and like says thanks to so and so and so and so, and it's so boring. There's like barely any music, and it's just the worst. It's like it has all this like thanks to blah 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 who made this possible for us to go and film and blah blah blah, and like halfway through I'm like, what is this even about? And, like they didn't even say like, it's just, so it's basically just people writing sentences and putting them on a screen in very plain font saying thank you for allowing this for production to be in existence from the university that put the sound back into the movie.
Oh gosh.
And this feels like you get in trouble in film school, and instead of you going into detention and writing, I will not film naughty stuff, you have to watch this movie. Like,
so do you think like this movie's watching numbers have shot up as people have tried to watch
since I've watched it, it's probably one more. Yes.
But they've tried to watch My Moana, and they've ended up finding that and been like, I guess I'll watch this. Just like you.
The laziest of people, sure. I mean, I legit thought about it. It's like whenever my favorite anomaly is when a Transformers movie comes out, and then like you have this knockoff Transformers movie that like, it's kind of
shapeshifters.
Like shapeshifters go to the moon. But it's kind of like the knockoff toy that your aunt gets you,
Yeah, the one from Big Lots.
Right. Exactly. Not even Big Lots, like dollar store. Yeah. It's like Action Hero when you ask for a G.I. Joe. So that's pretty much how I feel like
what you got.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to buy this movie 100%, and when I do, I'll let you watch it.
Oh, you can buy it for us.
No, I'm going to buy the DVD. I like DVDs.
I did not know this about you.
I love DVDs.
Oh, that's right. That was like this. Hi, I'm Lauren. I like DVDs.
Yeah, please still be my friend.
And we're like, hi, Lauren. Welcome to DVD Anonymous.
I'm like, yes, thank you. So yeah, you rate yours a 2. I rate mine a 10.
12.
Yep.
I'm just doing math.
I win
for fun.
Yeah,
you win.
I win Moana.
Congrats.
Thank
Go
you.
buy it for and share it.
I'll buy it for me as a prize.
I mean, I actually picture you going and doing that right now.
I will.
So that's it for the movie. I do want to talk Oscars. I mean, for 1 second before we wrap it up.
Okay.
Do you at least know who the winners were?
Not really. I know about who won Best Picture because I heard so much about that.
Right.
And I know who won Best Animated Feature because I was very upset.
I loved Zootopia. Now Zootopia, the only problem is that Zootopia seems to end right in the middle of the movie and keeps going. And I'm glad it keeps going because, other things are revealed and it's kind of peeling away on this onion in terms of plot. But like when I first watched Zootopia and I thought we were at the ending, I was like, this is the worst. But then you stick around for another like 30 minutes and it's actually a really good movie.
I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong. But it was no Moana.
I get that.
I mean, let me explain how much I have now become known as like the one who loves Moana amongst all my friends.
That's your island name.
Yes, I am Moana.
The one who loves Moana.
The girl who loves Moana. I get all the text messages anytime anything is about Moana. It's like, have you seen this, Lauren? And the video is sent to me or whatever. Like when she was singing at the Oscars, I got are you watching? Are you watching? I was like, no. So I will always choose Moana. And Zootopia was great.
It was.
But it was a little... Someone said, like, political as a movie. And I don't agree with that. I think it was more about society. Moana was more about the individual.
Yeah, I mean... Maybe like halfway through developing the concept of Zootopia, they're like, things are kind of segregated here. Yeah, maybe maybe this could be a take, a subtext in the movie that like blah 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 blah. Like I don't know. That's maybe it. I think is that kind of what you're talking about?
Kind of. It was more of like it just made more of a statement than Moana did.
Right.
Which that's what the Academy likes. So that makes sense why that won.
So I was actually super bummed.
About what?
About
the best picture.
I was like, yes, this makes sense.
La
Yes.
La Land.
La La Land. I was just like, part of me was just like, when they announced it, I was like, oh, really? Oh, great. Yeah. And then just the weirdest thing was seeing the guy with like the headset behind everyone shifting back and forth. And as soon as I saw the one guy up there that like shouldn't have been on that shot, that was like a stagehand or whatever, I was like,
something's wrong.
Moonlight won. Like I knew immediately.
Really?
I mean, Moonlight has all the elements of an Oscar winning, good acting, everything. To anyone listening and some of the friends that I know listen to this, just read about it before you watch it. I think the movie definitely. I don't know. I'll just simply say it makes sense why it won. I really wanted La La Land to win.
Did you like Moonlight though? Is that a hard word? Maybe not like. Did you like understand?
Does anyone say they like Schindler's List?
I've never seen it,
oh,
but
goodness.
I know what you mean. Like
I'll say, I don't. I'll probably say no at the end of the day. But
that's okay.
And I can't even say that I get it. I don't. But it had a great score. It had this really great scene at the beginning where one dude's teaching this little dude how to swim in the ocean, and it's like a very beautiful scene. And I mean, they have it in the previews, but like that scene, like it's like really sweet. But that's like my only part I liked. I really just liked the first act of this. It's 3 acts, and if you see it, yeah, I don't know, but that's fine. So I get it. I get that it won. I was glad that Emma Stone won Best Actress.
I heard
People
that.
would disagree with me. I think so. We talked about this. You thought Gosling sang great. I thought Emma Stone was great. And you seem to be on board with everyone else. A lot of people didn't think that she deserved it.
I thought she did. I thought, but then again, it's not the Best Singer award; it's the Best Actress award.
Exactly.
So I liked it. I thought she did great. But again, that and Moana and Zootopia apparently are the only 3 Oscar-nominated movies I saw all year. So,
yep.
My opinion is for what?
Which I don't know. But what's this? Sean. From our last podcast, recommended Hell or High Water.
Yeah.
That's probably my second favorite. That's really the only other one I watched. Hell or High Water is, well, I love it. It's just great. It's just a great picture of West Texas. Really cool. It kind of feels like No Country for Old Men. No Country for Old Men.
You're having such a hard time talking.
I know, it's late. No Country for Old Men meets Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh.
So good. So good. He was right.
Did you see Hacksaw Ridge?
No, it's on the list.
I want to see it, but I need to see it with someone who's already seen it so they can tell me when to cover my eyes when it gets really gory.
I hear it's one of those. It's one of your Saving Private Ryan types.
See, I can't do it. I don't have the guts for it. If there's anyone out there who's seen it and wants to see it again, will you watch it with me?
Or who's really good at editing, just edit it down for Lauren.
Please. Okay, I have to confess something.
Confessions.
I hate award shows.
Yeah.
I do.
No, that's fine.
The only one I've ever liked is the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award.
No, that's
I was
fine.
a kid.
I would assume that.
And even now, probably, because people get slimed, and I think it's hilarious.
They still do that?
Yep, they do.
Wow.
The best things in life don't change.
So, what? So is like Jack Black still hosting all the kids' awards?
I don't even know.
Is
it's
that all
probably
he does
like
now?
Ariana Grande or whatever. I don't know, but you can count on whoever it is going to get slimed, which is, you know what? that makes me
Don't
comfortable.
ruin it for me.
Makes me feel good about life.
I mean, with the Oscars, you don't know what's going to happen. You really don't.
No,
You-
La La Land got slimed.
Seriously. That would have been great. That
What if they would have just opened the ceiling of green slime and it's like, ah!
that would increase viewership by like millionfold for next year.
I would have watched it next year.
That would be a great caveat, at any time throughout this, one of the winners is going to get slimed, and it would make it so watchable.
It'd be so mean. It's like Carrie. It'd be like Carrie, but instead of pig's blood, it's slime.
Or it's like the person that comes out to announce who's died over the past year gets
They
slimed.
get slimed. The Rock, I would have been okay if he got slimed while he was
He
introducing.
seems like he could take a good sliming.
Yeah, he'd be good at it.
He'd be good at Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to dumb things. I'm done.
I'm done with these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. I love movies, man.
It's done.
Yeah.
Dumb things.
Dumb things.
Dumb things.
Lauren.
Yes. Now I'm daydreaming about romantic comedies.
We were talking off mic that you won a cruise,
I did win a cruise last year.
and you're just now going on it.
In April, I will, yes. So I have about a little over a month.
Really?
Well, like 6 weeks.
Dang.
7 weeks.
Well, that's exciting. How did you even win this?
It was at a travel convention when I used to work in the travel industry.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. I won, quote unquote, but I think really the vendor really liked me. So we were chatting and we just became friends.
Wow.
So I won. I know. I'm so
She
excited.
rigged it.
She did. I think. I don't want to accuse her, but I'm grateful for her.
Who was it? What's her name?
I don't remember.
Okay. She gave you a cruise, and you don't even remember her name.
I mean, I've corresponded her through email.
She's like crying right now. She's listening to this
If
podcast.
she's listening, I'm so flattered.
And
I'm
so sorry.
amazed. Yeah.
Well, best bon voyage
Thank
to
you.
Lauren.
I have a few weeks.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
We'll bon voyage you later.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead this week?
Yes.
Okay.
All
Dumb
right.
things. Dumb things
So,
time.
I don't want to throw anyone under the bus here,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not going to. But let's just say a couple weeks ago, I volunteered to go.
Oh, volunteer.
Yes, volunteered to go on a youth retreat.
Oh.
And help out with the kids,
Youths.
the youths. And they have this talent show. Every year they do it. And this kid gets up, and I don't remember his name. And even if I did, I would never tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets up, and he's wearing like all black, and he's got like a black, I think it was a black jean jacket on with, we're talking patches all over it and like pins on it. And I mean, he looks like someone that you would want to have a class with, because
Right.
you're like, I just want to sit by this kid and hear what he says.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was wearing a Batman shirt.
Good.
And the leather jacket. It was leather, not jean, with patches.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like,
Was he a toughie?
what's a toughie?
Like a kid that will rough you up after school.
No. He honestly, you could tell he was a sweetheart, but he just liked this punk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was probably no more than like $1.15. Like this
Right.
he was little. But he gets up there to this talent show, this like church camp talent show.
Mm-hmm.
And he just starts
Church camp talent show. This. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's okay for you. He just starts singing this song. And this was the part I got down. It was this part, and he said it over and over again. I want your skulls. I need your skulls. And he was headbanging the whole time at this church talent
Yeah.
show. He was like in 9th grade.
What
But he was smiling the biggest
he's
smile
in
I've ever
ninth grade?
seen. I think so.
You can't do that.
And he's like, I want your skulls. I need your skulls. And he was...
I don't like him.
My favorite part was his dad was there, and he was recording it. He was so proud. And we were all, it was so great. He was just fearless up there.
That
Yeah.
is pretty fearless. I mean,
I was impressed.
middle school. I pictured a 6th grader.
Oh no, high school.
Oh,
Actually, I don't even. Yeah, I think he was a freshman, but regardless,
that
I
is
was
very
like,
fearless.
I would never do that.
Well, like 6th, 7th, 8th, you're eighth grader, Cameron. Totally do that. 9th grader was like, I don't know, I want to.
Well, that's why I was amazed. Like he was just, this is who he is. He was up there and he was rocking it. And his dad kind of has one of those like kind of rock and roll beards.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, I want to be a fly on the wall of your family and just see like what y'all talk about. It was just cool. I was so happy.
I'm picturing a Discovery Family documentary type, like
Moana, but round 2. You're Moana.
Yes, I agree. Yes, and let's move on to my dumb thing.
Yes, please tell me.
Mine's a quickie but a goodie. I'm drawing back. Go back in time with me to December, circa 2016.
Oh yes.
So we were with Amy's family. We were hungry, and there's this place that her family has been wanting me to try out for a little while. Great burger place in San Antonio. We show up. It was just crazy packed. It was just like so busy. Ellie was crying. We're trying to find a table. Like a Spurs game just got out, and so just this place was packed. So we're in line. Amy's dad and me, Brian and me, we're just in line. And we're trucking along slowly but surely to the register. We've probably waited like 20 to 25 minutes in line at this place. Line was literally at the door at one point. And the people that were in line right behind us, I was in and out of their conversation. It was this group of, probably 20 to 25-year-olds. Probably fresh out of college. They were planning their weekend activities. So one of them just speaks up, we getting drunk tonight? And so, like, I just pick up on that part of the conversation. We could maybe get some drinks here and, like, blah, blah, blah. No more than 2 seconds later, one of the more quieter ones in the group speaks up. Hey, what did you say Grandma was diagnosed with again?
Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And I didn't catch what she was diagnosed with.
Oh no.
But she stopped that conversation dead.
They're like, thanks, Cindy.
No, we're definitely getting drinks. Yeah.
They're like, alcoholism, Cindy. No drinks for us.
It's not as good as I Want Your Skulls.
I like it. I think it's great.
I mean, it's truly a dumb thing, but that was a brave thing. I will give it to your kid.
Sometimes I wish we could rename the title of dumb things to just fun things.
Hey,
but
that's
only
fine.
Sometimes, because some things are dumb.
It's really kind of whatever we want to talk about.
It's whatever makes us go, hey.
Hey.
Look at that. What about that, eh?
How about that? You just, those words came out of your mouth. You did that thing.
That's dumb.
Yeah. Well,
Cameron,
Lauren,
yes.
it's late.
It is.
Thank you for coming and podcasting with me tonight.
I missed it.
I love
missed
it.
You. I missed Amy.
The listeners missed you. Luna missed you.
I don't think so.
I mean, she gets us near you. I mean,
she does. Sometimes we're good, and sometimes she just really doesn't like me. Like most people.
very true.
Yeah.
Everyone says that about you.
Like boys to me is Luna to me. Sometimes we like you, sometimes we hate you.
But they all sniff you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, that's a perfect note to end this podcast on.
Yes.
Please join us in 2 weeks, or maybe we'll do a bonus episode. What do you think?
I think you'll have to tune in and find out.
So before we close, bonus episodes don't exactly have to be on
Thursday?
Usually with the podcast, we like to talk about the single experience versus the married experience, hence the whole name and premise of said podcast. But we're maybe thinking if we do a mini-sode, that's not your foot. That's good. It was just a cold metal bar. if we do a mini-sode or an extra-sode, what bonus-sode, what should we call this?
I like extra-sode.
Extra-sode. If we do an extra-sode, it's fair game. We might just choose whatever we want and just say, hey, we're going to talk about this. It might be quick, it might be a 30-minute, might be an hour, but that's probably
we can do whatever we want because
we could choose not to record and leave you hanging for a week. Make that drive seem extra long. But we do appreciate y'all.
We do.
What do you say, Lauren?
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
And if you could, we would really, really appreciate some reviews on iTunes.
Yes. Yeah, definitely check it out. Pretty easy. Just say, you could even give us a bad review. Bring it on. If you hate the podcast, go for it. Do it. But if not, leave us a good review.
Please.
We like that.
Yeah.
As always, you can write into us with your questions and comments at unhitchfordaddtrying@gmail.com.
And your own dumb thing. If you have a dumb thing, share it with us there.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
We'll read it out loud.
That's true. Lauren?
Yes.
Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Neateroni on Facebook, Neateroni.
You didn't let me help.
No, sorry. I
That's
won't do
okay.
it best.
You're
Or
just like...
Neatos Tweetos on Twitter. I'll figure out my login soon.
I mean, we're at that point. At least we're maybe making progress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do they follow you on Zanga?
Oh, it's probably called like 5 for Fighting Equal Love or something. Some stupid name like that.
Mine's probably like Foo Fighters 50.
Foo Fighters Forever, letter 4. Mine's Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy. What?
I mean, mine could also be that. It's been so long.
You were the one who took the name first. Man.
I mean, there was a year, and that could have actually been a thing. But anyway, you can find me at CamCarter2010 at Instagram or Twitter. Or, yeah? Do you think it's long?
It's too long.
It's too long. Lauren, sign us off.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.